Most Americans lose thousands of dollars every single year without even realizing it. Here are 7 silent money traps that could literally be draining your future right now.
Welcome everyone, I am absolutely thrilled you're here for this explainer. Today we're taking a hard, documentary-style look at the invisible financial forces that are operating right under our noses. You know, in American culture, we tend to obsess over those big, top-line numbers, right? The annual salary, the massive mortgage. But here's the reality. Wealth isn't just about what you make, it is entirely about what you keep. Our mission today is to unpack these hidden financial drains that silently erode the middle class. We're going to break down the actual math behind our everyday consumer habits and show you exactly how the wealthy navigate these very same waters differently to build lasting prosperity.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer. 1. Everyday money drains. 2. The modern debt trap. 3. The illusion of wealth. 4. The investing gap. And 5. Build wealth like the rich.
Part 1. Everyday money drains. The small leaks sinking the ship.
You know, a massive ship doesn't usually sink from one giant explosion, right? It goes down because of 100 tiny, ignored leaks. And that's exactly what passive, everyday habits do to our wealth over time. The average American is losing hundreds of dollars every single year to something completely avoidable: hidden bank fees. We're talking about monthly account maintenance fees, out-of-network ATM charges, overdraft fees, and low balance penalties. It's kind of one of the great ironies of the American financial system. Banks will literally charge you money for not having enough money. But wealthy individuals, they aggressively protect their cash. They treat every dollar like an employee. They use institutions that offer zero-fee checking, they automate alerts to prevent overdrafts, and they flat out refuse to pay a bank just for the privilege of holding their money. Listen, if you're paying $15 a month just to keep your checking account open, you are surrendering nearly $200 a year for absolutely no return. Over a decade, that is thousands of dollars completely wasted.
And subscriptions? Well, they're the modern iteration of that leaky ship. It's not just a simple $15 streaming service anymore, is it? It's $10 for a premium music tier, $15 for a food delivery app pass, $20 for extra cloud storage because your phone is packed with photos. And let's be totally honest with ourselves. How many $12 fitness apps did you open exactly once in January and never look at again? Individually, tech companies brilliantly design these charges to feel insignificant. They fall just below our mental threshold of financial pain. But the math of subscription overload is absolutely brutal when aggregated. Forgotten subscriptions can easily drain well over $100 a month from your checking account. That is $1,200 a year vanishing automatically into the ether. To put that into perspective, that's enough to fund a whole vacation. The wealthy actively audit these accounts. They treat automated expenses as liabilities, not harmless modern conveniences.
Part 2. The modern debt trap. Structural damage to your wealth.
Okay, so we're escalating now from those small, annoying daily leaks to the heavy structural chains that keep the middle class stuck in place. Think about the stark contrast in consumer psychology here. On one hand, we have traditional cash purchasing. When you buy with cash or money immediately deducted from your checking account, there's a tangible finality to it. You feel the pain of the purchase in real time, and that naturally regulates how much you're willing to spend. But on the other hand, we see the misuse of buy now, pay later platforms. These services are integrated into nearly every online checkout now, cheerfully offering to split a $200 pair of shoes into 4 easy payments of $50. Sounds entirely harmless, right? Well, actually, scratch that, it's incredibly dangerous. By divorcing the dopamine hit of getting the item from the financial pain of paying for it, you artificially inflate your perceived purchasing power. Consumers end up stacking 3, 4, 5 of these microloans simultaneously. It creates a massive cash flow crisis in your near future, literally locking up your next paycheck before you've even earned it.
And speaking of locking up your future, think about the devastating final cost if you only make the minimum payments on your credit cards. Credit card companies absolutely love minimum payments because they flip the script. They turn compound interest, the greatest wealth-building tool in the world, into a financial weapon used directly against you. Let's do the math. If you put $1,000 of basic groceries on a credit card with a 24% interest rate and you only pay the minimum, you could easily end up paying well over $2,000 for that exact same food, and it'll take you years to pay it off. No way, right? Now, the wealthy absolutely use credit cards. They use them for security, for purchase protection, and for travel points. But they pay the balance in full, automatically every single month. They never pay the retail price plus a 24% penalty.
Part 3. The illusion of wealth. More money, same problems.
Now, this is arguably the most dangerous trap we'll discuss today. mostly because it happens precisely when you think you're finally winning the game. Let's define lifestyle inflation clearly so we can spot it in our own lives. Lifestyle inflation is this psychological phenomenon where your spending increases at the exact same rate as your income. You earn more, so you inherently feel you deserve the nicer dinners, the upgraded wardrobe, or those premium seats. The trap here is that while your paycheck grows on paper, your actual net worth, your real wealth, stays completely flat. You are essentially moving the financial finish line further away from yourself every single time you take a step forward.
The crucial point here is perfectly captured in a real-life example. Imagine you get a fantastic promotion at work. Your salary bumps up by $15,000 a year. That is a massive accomplishment and a moment to celebrate for sure. But almost immediately, the illusion of wealth sets in. You decide it's time to trade in your perfectly reliable car for a newer, luxury model with a much higher monthly payment. Then, you decide your shiny new job title warrants a nicer, significantly more expensive apartment across town. Before you even realize what's happened, the entirety of that $15,000 raise has been swallowed whole by your new baseline living expenses. Sure, you earn more money, but you are absolutely no richer. You still have zero extra disposable income to save or invest for your future. The wealthy take a vastly different approach. When their income goes up, they ruthlessly keep their living expenses stable, and they funnel that new surplus directly into wealth-generating assets.
Part 4. The Investing Gap. The Future Reservoir. This right here is the single biggest separator between those who stay broke and those who build generational wealth. Think about the stark difference in how capital is deployed. On one side, we have poor investing habits, which, let's be honest, in America frequently means no investing habits at all. All the available capital goes straight toward depreciating consumer assets like cars, fast fashion, and the latest electronics. The money flows out of the household, and it never comes back. But on the other side, we see the diversified portfolio of the wealthy. They systematically and aggressively allocate their capital into stocks, real estate, and bonds. They practice calm, calculated asset allocation. They aren't treating the stock market like a casino to chase the hottest meme stock. They are steadily buying pieces of highly profitable businesses and commercial properties that will pay them quietly while they sleep. They're buying assets that put money into their pockets, not liabilities that take it out.
And the cost of hesitation in investing? It's absolutely staggering. The math illustrates the harsh reality of delaying your retirement contributions. Because of the mechanics of compound interest, time is heavily weighted in your favor early on. The money you invest in your 20s is incredibly powerful because it has 4 full decades to double and double again and double again. If you wait just one single decade, starting at age 35 instead of 25, you often have to invest twice as much of your own hard-earned money out of pocket just to catch up to the person who started earlier. Delaying is a silent money trap because you don't feel the loss today. You don't get a bill in the mail for lost compound interest, but it is quietly costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars in your future reservoir.
Part 5. Build wealth like the rich. Practical solutions.
All right, understanding the problem is only half the battle, right? Here's your practical action plan to bypass these traps starting today. Step 1. Perform an immediate, ruthless audit of your accounts. Cancel those ghost subscriptions that have been bleeding your accounts dry and switch to a zero-fee bank today. Stop those small leaks immediately. Step 2. Halt the misuse of buy now, pay later platforms. Look, if you cannot buy the consumer good in cash today, you cannot afford it today. Break the vicious cycle of borrowing against your future self just to fund a lifestyle in the present. And step 3, start investing right now to capture compound interest. Even if it's just $50 a month, open that brokerage account or increase the contribution to your workplace retirement plan. Building the habit of investing early is so much more important than the initial dollar amount you start with.
Wealth isn't a lottery ticket, guys. It is a series of small, intentional choices compounded over time. What could your financial reality look like 10 years from now if you plug just one of these leaks today? Avoiding just one of these mistakes today could save you thousands tomorrow. Subscribe for more smart money strategies.